Hey, seniors. Look, we're going to just do AP in this video. I'm trying to separate these out. It does mean that I have to make 2 extra videos for my weekly agenda, but it keeps them shorter. And it also, I feel like, makes it where my honors and regular classes are more likely to pay attention to theirs. Excuse me, as a lot of them probably watch the first 10 seconds, think I'm talking about AP and quit. So might explain why so many of them are confused and struggling with some of the assignments. So let's look at, let me pull this up to where it's not on the video for me. Okay, so let's look at for you guys this week. We have just two standards again, but that's not, like I said, that's not unheard of. If you actually click on the link there and you go and look at the standards, there's not a lot. So we're going to quit acknowledging standards from now on. They're there, but I don't want to reference them each week. Your essential questions for this week, we got 5. I try to stick to 5. First one's, how are modern writers redesigning the idea of plot? We're going to look at the typical plot map, and then we're going to talk about how that's been altered because modern writers don't like sticking to formula, which I appreciate so much. Second thing, how do these changes in how we present plot reflect changes in us as a culture as well as humans in general? The fact that we are changing this, what does that say? A plot line that's been pretty, common throughout most of literature. 3, we're going to talk about what makes a character believable and interesting, because that's not always the case. And I truly believe that the key to good books that people come back to time and time again are your characters. It's why The Plague's a book you'll never probably read again, because the characters in it are pretty weak, to be honest. 4, how do authors evoke almost universal emotional response to their characters when we as humans can't get agree on even the simplest of things? We'll fix that. I'll fix that typo in a little bit. That should say can't even agree. In fact, let's see. I might just go ahead and edit that while I'm thinking about it, so people that read this don't think I'm a complete moron. There we go. So, and let's take this even out. Let's be good writers, right, guys? Okay, there we go. So that one's talking about how it is the fact that humans have different things we care about. We have different beliefs on things, yet we all find ourselves liking and disliking certain characters in stories. And we'll look at how authors design that. And finally, how must we see setting as more than just when and where of a work. So, obviously we're going to be talking about plot, characters, and setting this week as we start talking about how to analyze these details. Okay, you look at your terms and concepts, there are a ton, but most of them, and understand that the next couple of weeks we are going to have a terms test, so you want to make sure you look through these and say, okay, I don't know what a stock character is, and circle that one and go back to it. But the rest of them, as long as you know the idea, that's good. That's better than memorizing a definition, because I'm not going to use the same definitions as that are in your book. So make sure you know what each of these are. If you are confused by one, please come talk to me. All right, Monday, as always, is a work day. I forget which assignment you guys have for this week that's due tomorrow or Tuesday, but and it's kind of hard to navigate to that in this program, so I'm not able to look at it. But that is coming up Tuesday, and I've tried to lower the amount of reading so maybe we can get to covering everything. But we're going to talk about the close analysis essay, what a model one looks like. You're writing one, but we're going to look at what one looks like as well. We're going to talk about organizing a compare and contrast essay, which again is going to be a common way to write. So those are our main things. You also have your first homework assignment that's due next Tuesday. Goodness. Which is questions about that model essay that we read on page 57. No big deal, okay? Wednesday is going to be when the night your essays are due. I may have told you Tuesday, but I told one person or two or something Wednesday. I know it came back up since that's the latest day I mentioned. That's the day I'm going to have it due because I don't want anyone to be at a disadvantage. This one, we're going to talk about primary elements of plot and character. Those are the 2 big ones. And then Thursday, it's going to be setting and point of view. Now, point of view didn't make it into our essential questions, but it is kind of a big deal. So we're going to get 4 of these out of the way this week, and we're going to cover them and go over them in great detail. Friday is normally for group work in a lot of classes, but my AP classes, we're going to mix it between group work and AP test prep. I don't really have a group assignment to use for you guys, so I'm going to instead give you a multiple choice passage that your first one that you'll have as a practice test, kind of see what this test looks like. Since you didn't take any AP multiple choice last year, you'll get kind of a dose of what that looks like. All right. So typically what we'll do is kind of, I'm going to split with what Mr. Morgan did, where these Friday assignments that are group assignments would be worth 25 points to a test grade, and we do 4 of them. But this one's not that. So this first one here is not going to be graded, just so that you know. It's going to give you a chance to get your feet wet and see how this really is. So you won't stress too much about it. But I want you to take it serious so you can see where you stand. Okay? All right, well, that gets us right at 5 minutes. I think that's perfect for these weekly agendas. And really, it's just to kind of go over things with you in a visual form so we don't have to do it on a Monday. So if you guys will make sure that you all watch this, all 5 minutes of it, please, not because I'm worried about YouTube analytics, but because I want you to know what's going on, all right? And look at them in more detail if you want to kind of know what's going on. Remember, the readings are meant to be done before the day we talk about them. So please start getting into that habit, all right? Okay, guys. Well, thank you again so much for your time. I hope you stay safe this week. I know we got a hurricane out there. I'm anticipating maybe there being some mix-ups with the days we're at school because of it, and if so, we'll figure out how we're going to fix this then, all right? But this is operating under the belief that we're going to be here and we're going to be operating as normal. Changes may come, though, so you guys stay safe. If there's anything I can do for you, whether it's school-related or if there is some issues weather-related, if there's any way I can help you, please, please, please do not hesitate to ask. I can't help you if I don't know there's a problem. So anyway, guys, have a wonderful week, and remember we're closing in on the end of the first quarter, believe it or not. So stay on top of your grades, which everybody's got an A right now, so not too big of a deal. But stay on top of stuff. Don't get complacent. All right, guys, have a great week.